Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video. This time we're looking at the patch 5.3 job changes. Now, this is something that we don't have all of the information on. Obviously, the patch notes that we do get for 5.3 when they're eventually out will list all of the rest and in greater detail. But in the latest letter from a producer live, we had a little bit of information on that. We had some summary translated indeed in my summary video. And a lot of it wasn't actually included because at the time we didn't have all the translations ready, but now we do. So let's go through these of job changes that we actually know are coming to the game. So it makes sense to start with Monk. They have the majority of the most changes out of anyone. So Greasy Lightning, according to Yoshi P, currently does not feel right, nor does it match the current battle content, he says. They thought of converting Greasy Lightning into a trait, but doing so will require almost every action to be adjusted for this purpose. They say doing so will require a lot of cost, so the major revamp will be scheduled for patch 5.4. As for now, Perfect Balance will have cooldowns adjusted, and Form Shift will have Opu form requirement removed. So in addition to the Perfect Balance change there with presumably cooldowns adjusted favorably and Opu form not needed as a requirement for Form Shift anymore, a lot of the biggest changes, mostly to Greasy Lightning, will not be in 5.3 and will instead be reserved for 5.4. By the looks of things, 5.4 will be very heavy on job changes and job reworks. There's a lot of rumors as to who could be getting changed. A lot of people are asking about White Mage and stuff like that and trying to tone that down. There's nothing confirmed for that so far. We just have information so far that Monk is getting a big rework, and there were some rumors towards other people getting bigger reworks as well in 5.4. But in 5.3 it just looks like the Perfect Balance change and the Form Shift change there. So yeah, I don't know whether or not the idea of making Greasy Lightning a trait is a good one. That's something you'll have to decide in the comment section, but that looks like the direction they might go. So for Bard then, there's really not much to mention here. In fact, in the original live letter translation, basically it's just potency increases. So potency for multiple actions will be increased, Yoshi P says, and the overall DPS will increase. So there we go. Bard is sorely lacking. That seems interesting to me. My friend who plays Machinist is kind of worried right now. He's tempted to go back to play his Bard, so we'll have to wait and see what happens in 5.3. Astrologian is getting some big changes. We only knew about the mana. The usage of mana is going down, basically. So they say MP usage for Astrologian seems to encounter problems, so some actions will have MP recovery effect attached. So this isn't just the fact that stuff will be taking less mana to actually use, but they'll have an MP recovery effect attached to them. If you've ever played White Mage through Savage content, let's say you're doing Ramu on Savage, E5S, and you've got no mana problems. You've got Thin Air, you've got, your Lucid Dreaming. If you're doing it properly, you'll never run out of mana, even if you're smashing the boss to pieces with Glare, which is what you should be doing anyway. But for an Astrologian, it does definitely feel like, comparably, as much as Astrologian is fun, it does seem to have a few withdrawal symptoms at places. You have to sort of hold back in places just so that you have enough mana. I think, honestly, this is an obvious change that needs to be made. So I'd like to see what they do with that. Having an MP recovery effect attached, I can't wait to see how strong that is. We'll have to wait and see on patch day. Apparently, other Astrologian changes include light speed will only have a reduced cast time effect retained, and its reduced MP cost effect will be moved to other actions. So this is how they're doing it. So light speed, obviously has a reduced MP cost thing attached to it, but it's mostly for the cast time reduction, right? That's why you'd press light speed in the first place, and that's where you'd save it. So moving the MP restoration, reducing MP cost ability to other actions to spread it out will probably help with that mana problem overall. That seems to be how they're dealing with it. Apparently, sleeve drawer effect will be revamped. That was the last comment on Astrologian. I'm not really sure what they mean by revamped. Sleeve drawer is obviously the drawing of cards. We use this as a big cooldown, and obviously it means that we can get access to spreading those buffs around much faster. I'm interested, but I don't really know what that means by revamped. Personally, I quite like the sleeve draw system as it is, but that's just me. So finally then we have information on Summoner. This is the last job that gets mentioned. They don't think they should be doing adjustments that will change the rotation drastically. So that's, they don't want to touch the rotation as it is. Only one skill will be nerfed in 5.3, and that's Try Disaster. A lot of people use Try Disaster, obviously in their rotation it's a big deal. But apparently the rotation will remain the same for now. So it's just getting a damage reduction. I guess that was going to happen eventually. Anyway, Summoner is pretty good right now. I quite enjoy Summoner. The reason why there will be no significant rework on Summoner right now is due to how doing so will affect all other DPS jobs. Currently, it remains to be seen how Summoner will further change in the future, Yoshi P says. And there we go. That's pretty much it. Obviously, this doesn't guarantee the final, end result. There's a lot of testing to be done, probably internally. There's a lot of information that's not been given here, but that's pretty much what we have to go off of for 5.3 at the minute, and plans for 5.4. But it is a lot better to, in this translation than it was previously on the day of the live letter. We have way more information than we had before. So let me know what you think about any of these changes. Are you excited for the idea of monks having a passive Greasy Lightning? Are you interested in your bard getting all of the DPS that it deserves? Are you looking forward to playing Astro with, less care about your mana usage? Or are you looking forward to trying out Summoner, which will probably still be very powerful, even though Try Disaster gets nerfed? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you kindly for watching this video. If you want to go check these out yourself, these will be, basically go to the Final Fantasy XIV subreddit Discord, go on the translations and live letter section, which is under the feeds tab, and you'll be able to find this information yourself. I will, of course, link a translated page that they got this information from as well in the description for you to click on, because that's where they got their source of information. Anyway, thank you kindly for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.